Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are here at the Anytime Fitness in the LG Garden. And I am here with my new friend, Mariel.
Hi, morning.
And tell us about this Anytime Fitness. How long has it been?
This has been here for, I believe, a year and a half, close to a year and a half.
Okay, well, nice. I've been here in the Philippines for a little bit over a year. So this is a great location because there's so many other businesses, coffee shops, there's Jayco restaurants, you've got the Mactan Newtown right around the corner. So this is a great place. Come here and sign up and start working out.
Yes, it's 11 weeks, and you know it's the biggest sale of the year, not just for us, even for other industries as well. So yes, you get a lot of discounts. If you sign up within the week, up to 3 discounts, possibly more. It depends. So please do visit us.
All right, well, I'm going to get my video started. And well, today I want to ask some questions about those crusty old foreign men who are in relationships with much younger Filipinas. One question that I have is, are old foreign men predators just because they are older? Are they in some way taking advantage of their much younger Filipino wives and girlfriends just by the virtue of being older? Should we slap the creep label on them just for being seasoned? I'll be asking these questions and giving you my answers coming up right after the intro. But by the end of this video, I want to take a look at how Filipinas view older foreign men and if they see them as sexual predators and creeps. So that's all coming up. So I see a lot of videos on TikTok and YouTube of mostly American women bashing American men. They harshly criticize these men because they go to countries like the Philippines in search of a much younger Philippine woman. There's the name calling. Names like predator, dirty old man, pedophile, and creep. So my question is this. If a man is a lot older than his Filipina, does that make him any of the names that I just mentioned? Not necessarily, and usually the answer is no. And I'll tell you why I believe the way that I do, coming up a little later in this video. So here's why I don't think that older men like myself are predators or are taking advantage of much younger Filipinas simply because of the fact that we're older. I think if you're going to slap labels on us like predator, dirty old man, pedophile, and creep, then you should have some evidence to back it up. In other words, you have to go deeper than just an age difference. So let's say that a 68-year-old guy dates and marries a 28-year-old Filipina, and he's a good and loving husband who doesn't get drunk and hit her. Let's also say that he's faithful and she's happily married to him. If he has all of these characteristics about him, then why would he be a predator, a dirty old man, a pedophile, or a creep just by virtue of being 40 years older than her? From YouTube videos that I've seen that show happily married couples where the foreigner man is quite a bit older, I get the impression that they're good husbands. At least most of them anyway. And you can't describe them with these stereotypical labels that many of these American women like to slap on them. It's grossly unfair. I'll tell you what I think is a lot more common in the Philippines is when a young Filipina gets together with a so-called dirty old man, and she's one of those Filipinas who is a user, a gold digger, and sometimes a scammer. Now, I don't think that all Filipinas are like that. Only some are. What I don't see happening with these American women on TikTok videos and the like is them coming to defend the dirty old men. It's more of an attitude of, well, that's what you deserve for being such a creepy predator. There's no empathy or sympathy for the foreign man who falls into the category of being too trusting and gullible. So the narrative that's been beaten to death is that many American women don't need men, don't want men, slap every label on older passport bros imaginable, and then take delight when the older passport bro gets scammed. These extreme left-wing liberated feminists enjoy looking at us through glasses that have been tinted with contempt. But here's the thing. Young Filipinas don't see men like me that way. So in this part of the video, I want to explain why young Filipinas don't view older foreigners as creepy sexual predators and the real reasons why they are willing to date them. Before we talk about attraction or relationships, you first have to understand how Filipinas view age and maturity. In the Philippines, respect for elders is deeply ingrained. Age equals wisdom, experience, and stability. It's not something to mock, it's something to admire and respect. So when a Filipina meets an older foreign man, she doesn't automatically see a creepy old guy. She often sees someone who's more mature, responsible, and likely to be faithful. That's the foundation right there, a completely different cultural lens. In Western culture, youth is worshipped. Everything's about being young, trendy, and hyper-independent. But in the Philippines, there's still a lot of value placed on family, security, and loyalty. There's a huge contrast, and it changes how relationships are perceived. Now, let's be honest. Life in the Philippines isn't always easy. A lot of people work hard just to make ends meet, and opportunities can be limited. So when a Filipina meets an older foreign man who's stable financially, emotionally, and mentally, that's incredibly appealing. It's not just about money, it's about consistency. Many Filipinas grew up seeing men in their own community who weren't reliable. Drinking too much, doing drugs, cheating, not providing, you name it. So when they meet a man who actually keeps his word, who's done playing games, and who wants a real partnership, that stands out. Older men, especially those from abroad, usually offer that kind of stability. They're not out running around chasing every woman who smiles at them. They want peace, loyalty, and genuine companionship. That's not creepy or predatory. That's attractive. A lot of young Filipinas say they prefer older men because they're calmer. They're not as reactive, not as jealous, and not as dramatic. Older men tend to listen more, and they don't usually play manipulative games. Think about it. If you're a 25-year-old Filipina who's emotionally mature, hardworking, and family-oriented, are you going to be attracted to a 25-year-old guy who still hangs out at the karaoke bar every night and is drinking? Probably not. Many of these women want someone emotionally stable, a man who can lead with kindness and not ego. Older foreigners often fit that description perfectly. And that's another reason why they're not viewed as sexual predators. Because these relationships aren't built on control or manipulation. They're often built on emotional balance and shared goals. Here's something most Western critics don't want to believe. Many of these relationships are genuinely loving. It's not always a financial transaction or a male bride scenario. That's an outdated stereotype. There are thousands of happy, committed marriages between older foreigners and younger Filipinas that seem to work just fine. You'll see it all over YouTube, couples who've been together for years, laughing, traveling, raising families, and building homes together. They aren't living in some fantasy. They're living in reality. Filipinas often fall in love with how they're treated. Many older men are respectful, patient, and affectionate, and they take care of their women in a way younger men often don't. That's not exploitation. That is reciprocal. And let's be real, if a young Filipina is in her mid-20s and a man is in his 50s or 60s, treats her with love, helps her build a better life, and doesn't abuse her, where is the crime? Why label that as predatory? Now let's flip the script for a second. When a 50-year-old Hollywood actress dates a 25-year-old man, what do people say? Oh, she's confident. She's defying stereotypes. She's aging gracefully. But when an older man dates a younger woman, especially in Asia, suddenly he's a creep. That's hypocrisy, plain and simple. The truth is that age gap relationships exist everywhere. The difference is that in the Philippines, they're more socially acceptable as long as both people are happy and consenting. Filipinas don't carry the same Western feminist baggage that says men are automatically suspect. They judge the man based on his character and not his birth year. Another reason Filipinas don't view older men as predators is because they understand intentions. They can tell when a man's being respectful versus when he's being sleazy. A respectful older man, the kind who's serious about commitment, earns respect back. He's not preying on anyone. He's offering stability, guidance, and genuine partnership. Now, sure, there are some older men who do come here for the wrong reasons, just like there are some women who chase foreigners for money. But I believe those are exceptions and not the rule. And most Filipinas are smart enough to spot a bad apple quickly. When a relationship is built on honesty, communication, and shared values, it doesn't matter if there's a 20-year or 30-year age gap. What matters is how they treat each other. Many older foreigners share stories about finding peace, laughter, and meaning again through their Filipino partners. And many Filipinas say they finally feel valued and appreciated. It's a mutual healing process, two people filling the spaces that were empty before. That's not exploitation, that's connection. And that's something that the critics on TikTok or Reddit will probably never understand because they only see the surface. They never take the time to look deeper. So why don't young Filipinas view older men as creepy predators? Because culturally, emotionally, and practically, they see them differently. They see them as partners, providers, protectors, and in many cases, their best friends. Are there bad cases out there? Of course. But the majority of these relationships are built on consent, respect, and love. And that's something that deserves understanding, not judgment. So before anyone throws around the word creep, maybe they need to take a closer look at what's really happening. Because a lot of these so-called dirty old men are just good men who found love later in life. And a lot of these Filipinos are simply smart enough to recognize it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click or tap that bell notification. Because I upload about 3 videos a week. Until next time, this is Mike signing off. God bless and peace out.